Last episode, I ended things wanting IBAN. Bad news. He's going to Barcelona. He would have been an amazing free transfer to pick up, but in spite of that, we did pick up two more. We've got a youth intake, which should be happening today, and also 3 whole months of Football Manager to catch you up on. Let's run the intro and get straight into things. Yes, folks, how is it going? And happy Monday. A warm welcome back to the Journey Manager here with Newcastle United. Just to address the elephant in the room, sorry there wasn't a video on Friday. Yeah, Walk the Space. If you don't know, my wife's online alias is Walk the Space. Don't ask. She likes cooking. She got a bit ill. She had a tooth infection last week, so we were off to the dentist and stuff. It meant I didn't have time when I was planning to record a video to record a video. But you know what? A few antibiotics and a weekend later, she's fine, and so am I. Today, we have got the FA Cup quarterfinal, but there's so much to catch you up on today. You know what? First things first, let's discuss the free transfers. One of them is a familiar man. You remember Gary? I wanted to sign Gary, didn't I? And then I chickened out because I wanted IBAN. Well, when IBAN turned me down to go to Barcelona, I went and thought, well, let's just go get Gary then. So the 27-year-old is joining us. He will be 28 upon his arrival, but a free transfer at the end of his contract for a team in our current financial situation. I feel like this is the best kind of signing we can make right now. And you know what's better than one free transfer? Make it two. Another player signed from France. We have here Matteo Vidal. He is not even capped for the French national team, which seems absolutely insane. Great player going forward, consistent, loves important matches, can play at centre attacking mid naturally. Best about him, he doesn't have the comes deep to get ball instruction. He has get forward whenever possible. I need more centre attacking mids with this kind of trait. And you know what? For a free transfer again, I'm really happy with him. All I'm saying is Newcastle bringing back a French core to their team. Nature is healing. Johan Kabay somewhere is pumping his fist in celebration. Now, I'll be honest, throughout the entire of the January transfer window, I didn't make any signings, but we did make one notable sale. Tyler Dibbling left. Yeah, finally, he's gone to Bologna for £12.5 million. It was his wages being freed up and that fee that we got for him that actually allowed me to make those two free transfer moves. And for a 31-year-old who was really overpaid and I didn't really want here, kind of relieved just to get him off the books and get some money back. As already mentioned, I've actually played 3 months of Football Manager here. Yeah, I got a little bit carried away and we played quite a lot of league football. So let's talk about the league matches first. Now, of course, last episode we took on Everton and Manchester United. We lost one, we won one. I felt pretty okay about that. What I felt less okay about was the back-to-back defeats that followed in January. The first against West Ham, kind of inexcusable. And I wish I could say, oh, we just got unlucky and, you know, it just wasn't our day. No, to be honest, West Ham absolutely killed us in this game. Next year, 3.5 for them. We got a goal, and it was an own goal in our favour. Yeah, absolutely awful. And that defeat was concerning because, well, we knew that we had Tottenham in our next game. This might be the worst game ever played in Football Manager. Hughes scored an own goal, right? So that's how Tottenham won the game 1-0, another own goal in one of these games. Their goalie got man of the match on a 7.6 rating. The goalie got man of the match making 1 save because I guess the own goal meant no one was really credited with the goal and got a good rating for that. One of the weirdest matches I've ever seen in Football Manager. From there, though, alongside the win against Brighton at the start of the month, we did go on a really good little run with a sequence of clean sheets. Crystal Palace 3-0, Leicester 4-0, Liverpool a 1-0 win. It was really nice. Jun Hwan, man of the match in this game. This bloke, I'm going to be honest, he might be one of the best £1.1 million transfers ever made. He's got 17 goals for the season in his debut in the Premier League. He's only 23. And well, after the transfer window closed, February got off to a really good start. We won 4-3 against Man City here. We were 4-0 up in this game. They scored 3 goals in the last 14 minutes. I'll be honest, as Jeremy Pino scored in the 94th, I did panic a little. We did hold on for the win. Sadly, as you can see though, wins have been a little hard to come by as of late. We failed to win against Villa and Leeds on the road. At home, we did get a nice win against Burnley. And then against Chelsea away, we managed to win 4-0, which I think in isolation looks like an amazing result until you realise they did have a sending off. And, well, for us, the goals didn't come till late. The first goal was in the 68th minute. And then it was just a flurry of goals in the last 10 minutes or so. In fact, I think the final 2 came in extra time. The iconic, of course, Football Manager 24 highlight there of the cross to the back post. Jun Hwan thumped in a free kick in added time, and well, he'd go on to get another, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was the man who wrapped up the goal scoring. 97 minutes played. I think Chelsea were just begging for the whistle to be blown. I told a lie. It was Sainz who got that one, as we did win 4-0. But as I mentioned, a great performance here. Pretty happy with that. Of course, having got that great momentum, most recent game, 2-2 draw against Brentford. 2-2, there was only four shots on target in the entire game. Another own goal, by the way, which is kind of weird to see a sequence of those lately. Yeah, again, not a great game. Our XG was massive, 17 shots, 2 on target. I was fuming. As for things in the FA Cup, we have now made it through to the quarter-final, but it's been a relatively straightforward path thus far. Wins against Millwall, Brentford and West Ham have set up this quarter-final. It is away at the Etihad. And naturally, if you were wondering about the Conference League, we are still in this. In the next round, we've actually got Trabzonspor, which might not be the easiest of games, but against Victoria Plzen, we managed to win, as you can see here, 9-3 on aggregate. A 5-1 result away from home really set us on a merry way in that head-to-head. Have been really rotating the team when it comes to Europe, and in fact, mine who signs, who's coming to his own a little bit as of late. You can see here, he's been on a good little run of form. He's actually been one of our top performers in Europe. Earlier in the season, he'd struggled in the league. Some of that Europa Conference League form is starting to sneak into his Premier League performances. Sadly, though, Tottenham are running away with the Premier League. You can see here, they are top of the table, game in hand on everyone else around them. As for ourselves, we're currently in 5th, of course. We're not worrying about Premier League matches today, at least yet. Man City are 4 points behind us. Ahead, though, a sequence of teams, one win, a good result in our favour. We could go up to 2nd, so we are very much in the Champions League hunt. Of course, with the expanded Champions League format, the Premier League typically ends up getting a 5th qualifying spot. So at least right now, touch wood, Champions League football is looking on. So looking at our upcoming games, we have got Man City, and then there is a little international break where our youth intake is going to happen. So we're going to cover that in the second half of today's video. In terms of the match that's going to follow this Man City one, if we get to the FA Cup semi-final and that's happening soon, maybe we'll do that. If we slip up against Trabzonspor at home, might have to come back for the second leg in 26 days. I mentioned Jin Hwan, another man who definitely deserves some praise as of late is Soretti. This guy's been really, really solid. He had a slow start to his time at the club, and at one point I was considering selling him. I've kind of changed my mind on that a little bit. Admittedly, the 7 goals in 23 doesn't look all that impressive, but he has just kind of really taken his performances up a level, especially in Europe. And a bit like Signs, I feel like that confidence is flowing, and now we're seeing it when we play him in the league. Balan, of course, we also picked up as a free transfer. He's up there with the goal scoring, and so is Rafael Soa, who, of course, is the key man at the club. This guy has 15 assists and 13 goals, and I suppose it's somewhat satisfying that when we have our best 11 on display like we do for this game against City, the 4 players in the final third are the 4 top goal scorers. With this tactic, there's really not a single focal point. Makes it really satisfying to watch. Anyway, Man City today are going to be a fierce opposition. They had a really slow start to the year, but have started to pick it up under Vincent Kompany. Their key man is a bloke called Tyler Mullin, with one of the greatest haircuts ever. Of course, Tyler Mullin, traditional Peruvian name. Of course, I assume he's got secondary nationality. Oh, he's American and Dutch. That's quite fun, isn't it? I mean, this guy is absolutely stupendous. We've got to try and keep him quiet. All I'm going to say is as we go into this FA Cup quarter-final game, good luck to our right wing-back, Semeraro. I've really bigged him up over the course this year. His run of man of the matches has slowed down a little bit. Yeah, I'm a bit scared for him, if I'm honest. In terms of the rest of the team, though, there's only one injury to mention, actually, that's happened lately. Ivkovic, the left winger, has been out for a long old time. You can see he picked up a twisted ankle on the 12th of March. Still going to be out for a couple more weeks. He's probably going to, in total, miss just shy of a month of football. Suppose the timing of it with an upcoming international break, maybe a little bit lucky. And just as we head into this game, you may note here, we've got a lot of players wanted by different teams. Obviously, the finances, as you've already seen, a little bit dire. I'm already thinking ahead to the summer transfer window, trying to work out who might I want to or need to sell if the offers are right this summer. Okay, into this game we go. Man City are playing their 4-2-3-1. Mullin is playing in Gessen, who's another quality regen for them, is playing Erling Haaland up front as well. That man is just going to haunt us in Football Manager, isn't he? For like the next 10 versions of the game. He's just that good. Okay, let's see how we fare. There's been a couple of games lately where we've been a little lacklustre. I'm going to hope we see, I don't know, slightly more from ourselves today. Obviously, we drew against Brentford in our most recent match. Looking to put that behind us as well. Man City, okay, well, that is just mental, isn't it? That's a red card. Is it a red? It's a red. We've killed Erling Haaland and got a red card. Marco. Oh, I mean... I almost don't want to change the tactic, but that feels like a terrible idea. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't think we've actually had a sending off this early in a game from a centre-back this year. Marco has been a great signing for us since we picked him up from Monaco, the youngster. He has had an absolute moment of madness there. It is his first red card of the season. Is it bad that I kind of feel like if I see Erling Haaland injured in the bottom left here, it was worth it. Okay, Haaland's not injured. It wasn't worth the red card. Right, we're down a man away from home. This might be really naive to just try and make a back four work. It's not a change I've made before, because ordinarily you get a sending off in a game where you think, maybe we should hold on, maybe we should try and, just see out what we have. But in this game here, I feel like we've still got to go for it, as Sauer drags his shot wide of the mark. I mean, it's a 4-1-4 formation. It looks absolutely moronic, doesn't it, when you just see it? But I'll be honest, it's kind of working. They're having the odd chance here and there, Man City. But we have survived to half-time. Yeah, we have. Half-time is here. That was awful. I feel like with our tactic, there's some games where it just all kicks off and it's mental. And then there are games like this where you just sit and shrug your shoulders and go, well, that was one of the games of football of all time. They've taken off Ingessen early on in this game, so they've taken off one of their star men. I guess we've kept him quiet. Bit concerned about Curtis at left wing back. He's on a booking. I was literally about to take him off. If he now gets sent off as I unsuccessfully repeatedly tried to click on him. In fact, I'm not even clicking on the right player. We're on the attack. I'm trying to click on the left back to be concerned. Let's concern ourselves with us going forward. Never mind. Jun Hwan, I've really bigged him up. That was awful by him. Right, Velasco is going to have to come in and play at left back. Of course, the blessing of having a player like Velasco who can play on both sides is really, really nice. Simon Hughes, actually, in the defence isn't having a great game either. I'm going to bring in Hamilton just for some fresh legs. I mean, Big Deli at this point is having a hell of a lot to do in this game. Do I just bring in Fakunda and try and give him a little bit of a rest? I almost feel like I need to. It's not like he's having a great game either. So is not at the best of games, but I feel like he's the kind of player you've just got to keep on. I'm going to move him to attacking midfielder on support, and then Manning is going to go and play on the right-hand side. I feel like Manning probably deserves more game time based on the performances he gives us, albeit against inferior opposition. He's going to get a chance today to show us what he's all about. I mean, considering we've been down a man since the 15th minute, we've gone 50 minutes here, head-to-head, with a Man City team who are really, well, you can see here, looking to press us. That's a wayward pass, isn't it? Soa can't get onto it. Lannon Meyer gives it back to Tuffy. We have got to do some defending here. Tuffy to the byline. Players queuing up. Lannon Meyer scores. And it is 1-0 City. As soon as we gave the ball away to somewhat compromising position, I knew we were in trouble. Forced to go long, didn't pick out the pass. Tuffy crosses it in. And well, there were players just queuing up in the middle, wasn't there? I mean, there's 20 minutes left. This is frustrating because it's a game where I've really got to go for things. Annoyingly, Velasco can't play left wing back, so I'm going to play him on wing back on attack. Semerara, I'm going to move to wing back on support. I've only got one sub left. Dominic Littell has been a little game winner for us lately, and whilst I can't call on him to win the game here, I'm going to call on him to do better than Soa has, who I mentioned literally 2 minutes ago I was going to give patience to. That patience has worn thin with them scoring. They've got a corner. I don't like this. It's whipped in. They've scored. It's game over, isn't it? This is a GG go next. Away from home against Man City in any Football Manager save game where you get a sending off after 15 minutes is, I mean, it's always suboptimal, isn't it? There's never a world where that becomes an easy game. Spike Brits can't get there. It's game over, I think. 4 minutes left of this game here. 4 minutes of added time to be played. I'd used all my subs when the second goal flew in. I must admit, there's part of me just kind of resigned to defeat. We crash out the FA Cup. I was really hoping that that could be a fun route for silverware this year. I've praised the players. Jun Hwan loved it. Everyone else wants to murder me. I mean, honestly, in retrospect, probably shouldn't have praised them there. I was just trying to make them feel better about themselves. I feel like 2-0 down a man for 75 minutes is actually not that bad of a performance. Annoyingly, Manchester United, who had a game in hand on everyone, who, well, they just played their game. They won 6-1. Garnacho got a hat-trick. That's a weird alternative timeline, isn't it? Elsewhere, Liverpool only drew against Bournemouth. They are having an absolutely stinky season down in 9th. Another team having a stinky season. Chelsea in 13th. I'll be honest, I was kind of secretly hoping we'd make it through in the FA Cup because it made it nice and simple to pick a game to come back for next. As I mentioned, we've got Trabzonspor in the Conference League, but I feel like unless things are looking super high stakes, I might pass on that one. It might be we come back for a slightly kind of weird game, a rotation game perhaps. Someone like Bournemouth could be interesting. They've recently drawn against Arsenal and Liverpool at home. When we play them, we're playing them away. That might be a little bit of a test. You know what? I'm going to wing it. Mash continue. Don't go anywhere. Part 2. Youth intake. Please be good. Please be... What was the preview? Just to set expectations as I go away. An A for a striker. An A... Football Manager, don't hurt me. Well, good news, everyone. We have made it through in the Conference League. Trabzonspor beaten 5-1 on aggregate. I'll be honest, this is kind of my first time paying attention to the Media Dream 11 for the Conference League. Yeah, 9 out of the 11 players are our own. I feel like if we don't win the competition, it is a bottling. In the semi-final, we have got Monaco, who, of course, we already beat this season. As for things in the league, 2 games to catch you up on real quick. The first, a 3-0 win against Cardiff. Away from home, somewhat expected. And well, we followed it up with another 3-0 win. Again, expected at home against West Brom, but nice to get these results after slipping up against Brentford. It does mean if we look at the updated league table, we find ourselves in 3rd, and we are in a great spot here to kind of hopefully cement our top 4 credentials. Of course, the higher up the league we finish in the Premier League, the better, because there is actually kind of a significant prize money difference. And given our, well, current finances, minus £109 million, it'd be good to get as much money as possible. Of course, I did tease the youth intake. That has come through. Silveria is one of the pick of the bunch. This guy's a decent little 15-year-old looking left back. You can see here. Decent, well-rounded player. Kind of has the mould of a wing-back, which is nice to see. Maybe wish his jumping reach was a little better. And, well, we were told we'd have an A-rated striker, weren't we? Or an A-graded striker. I'll let you decide if Steve Braithwaite here is such a player. Super consistent player. Decent little potential. According to the reports here, he's currently a championship-level player, which, I'm going to be honest, I'm not necessarily convinced he is a championship-level player. Maybe my staff are wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys let me know what you think. Does have some nice physicals, though. A long, long way away from being ready for our first team. Anyway, I did and ah about what games to come back for to wrap things up today, but I think this game makes sense. Bournemouth are in 16th, we're in 3rd. A result here would hopefully ease the burden and stress of Champions League football going into the end of the season. Of course, that is the dream. Unfortunately for us today, we are going to be without Scott McKellar at centre-back. I really can't emphasise how good this guy is as a defender. I feel like we don't look at his profile enough, because great defenders aren't that exciting to look at, but sadly, he is injured for 1 to 6 days, so he's unavailable. It does mean that Hamilton, who came through the youth academy here at Newcastle, is going to be starting at centre-back. I always feel nice when he's playing. Okay, pressure is on us away from home. Bournemouth, I mean, they should be a straightforward team. I will say, with players like Zabani still in their ranks, Alex Scott in midfield, and Malo Gusto at right wing-back, they have still got a little bit of quality. I was able to rotate the team against Trabzonspor, though. We have really been managing this squad over the course this year. I do suspect for the games against Monaco, maybe that's going to be less of a factor. Of course, Monaco's not an easy semi-final by any means. I'm sure that will take somewhat of the spotlight in tomorrow's episode, and will hopefully, sooner rather than later, we can wrap up a decent little league finish, and Europe can no longer be a distraction, and instead be the focus. Big Delhi bangs it home, 1-0 after less than 10 minutes. Jun Hwan with a little run here, stretching the defence, did really, really well. Held it up super intelligently and then just pulled it to the edge of the box. The regista there, and by the box, I mean the 6-yard box. He got very far forward into the box there, Big Delhi. Curtis on the far side. The left wing back gives it back to Soretti. Little give and go doesn't quite work out. Read nicely by Bournemouth, who are playing this 4-4-2. Our 3 at the back are going to have to be wary of the 2 strikers they've got to contain. As Hughes, one of the centre-backs, is stepping forward. He plays it through to Soretti. What a ball that was. Queuing up in the middle are plenty of players. Big Delhi, Curtis, Balan. The passing here, superb. The finish is even better. It's 2-0. That is stupendous. I will say now, with this strikerless system, you do get some just really, really satisfying goals scored. I'm going to add this one to the scrapbook. Balan afforded the time to turn, tucked it away, no nonsense. Curtis to Soretti. Imagine if we get another. I mean, I knew they were down towards the bottom of the table, but I expected Bournemouth to put up a little bit more of a fight than they are at the moment. Jun Hwan's through. He has scored. He's onside. It's 3-0. It's his 29th of the year. Or at least I'm assuming it's onside. The linesman didn't do the flag raising thing. In case you didn't know what a linesman's flag... I should get a prop, shouldn't I? I should get a flag that I can raise myself when I think they're on or offside. I digress. It doesn't matter. It's 3-0. And while having struggled a little bit to find a way through in the last game against Man City, well, that's an understatement, isn't it? We didn't score. The goals are flying here. Soa has picked up a little bit of a knock at right attacking mid. You know what, Chris Manning, this is your time to shine, son. He complains he doesn't get enough opportunities. He's getting put in on now. He's going to get more than the usual 20 minutes off the bench to make a difference. I don't know if I should be alarmed. There were 4 minutes of added time at the end of that half. That could mean the injury is not an insignificant one to our key man, and it would not be the best of times to lose Soa, would it? But you know what? He didn't really contribute goal-scoring-wise or assist-wise in this game so far, and without him, we're still looking quite good. Already an hour played, I need to make more subs. We'll bring in Raveda for Marco, Velasco for Semeraro, Tefano I want to give some more game time to. I feel like this man needs just time to develop the 20-year-old. And we'll save one sub because it is still early days. 15 minutes left, I'll be honest. After we got 3 goals in the first half, I was hoping we would maintain that standard. It has slipped a little, but it's hard to be mad when we've been as good as we are here. Manning is in behind. Junjun Hwan might have been fouled. It's irrelevant. That shot goes wide. This has kind of been a weird game because Bournemouth have actually not been that bad in the second half, but despite that, they've only had 1 shot on target. They've kept us quiet going forward. It kind of feels like our players have gone, job's done, game's done, that'll do me. And you know what? Maybe that's the attitude to have. We're going to keep a clean sheet. We've not had enough of these this year, although with some of the tactical tweaks we've done, I feel like that has become a more consistent occurrence. Giving the players some praise. Show me the updated league table. We are up to 3rd. Crucially, Everton down in 5th, 5 points behind us. Soa's going to be out for 4 to 5 days. That's a bit annoying. Junjun Hwan, man of the match. Give him some praise. He gets it all the time. Now, in terms of our end to the season, our final 2 league games are against Manchester United and Everton. There could be a little bit on the line in those games, but at the same time, with top 4 looking wrapped up, I think next time out, the Conference League against Monaco, it kind of has to take centre stage, doesn't it? All I'm saying is when we took them on in the league phase, it did take an 88th minute winner to get the 3-2 away win. Anyway, folks, I think that wraps us up for today. Again, apologies for the fact there wasn't a video on Friday of this series. Granted, there was a video of the Gibraltar save game, which some of you did tune into. If you didn't see it, maybe go check that out if you just want to listen to me for over 2 hours. You know what? I understand why not many people watch that video now. But no, for real, I really appreciate the support on the channel and the series. If you are still enjoying it, go down below before you leave. Leave a like. We're back same time and place tomorrow. It's me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.